Ms. Porter, the ever-patient Ms. Porter, you are recognized for your 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you very much. I want to start by asking the committee to play the story of my taxpayer constituent in Laguna Woods, California.
My name is James Semmelroth of Laguna Woods, California. I received a determination letter from the IRS in May of
Ethan, this is so
2021,
California.
disallowing a $1,200 subtraction from my 2020 tax bill. I appealed this determination and attempted to make an appointment at the IRS office in Laguna Niguel, California, but was unable to see anyone. I then reached out to Congresswoman Katie Porter's office. It took the IRS 5 months to respond to Congresswoman Katie Porter's office. During that time, I filed 5 appeals and received 20 letters from the IRS adding penalties to the $1,200 dispute and threats of property liens. This is just outrageous. Congress must fund the IRS so this kind of situation never happens to constituents again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Jim is right. We need to fund the IRS, and the IRS needs to focus its resources on auditing the rich, not average taxpayers. From 2013 to 2018, the 15 taxpayers with the highest incomes in our country averaged at least $832 million in annual taxable income. And with income that high, you would expect that these billionaires would be paying close to the top marginal tax rate. But instead, the tax returns showed that these super rich taxpayers paid a total federal tax rate of just 20%. Commissioner Rettig, do you know the total federal tax rate for a married couple with 1 child earning $200,000?
The tax rates, the current tax rates for 2022 start at about 37%. And then as you come down, they go to 32 to 20.
Do you have a ballpark for me, Commissioner Rettig, on a family, married couple, 1 child earning $200,000 a year?
Yeah, I actually have it somewhere, but
I love that. I love that you have answers.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that page in front of me.
That's okay. It's about 26%.
I was going to say 28 based on knowledge,
Excellent.
but 26%. I do have that.
But what that means is that the average family in Irvine, California is paying taxes at a higher rate than Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos. Commissioner Rettig, how much more revenue would the IRS collect if these 15 billionaires just paid the same rate as the average family in Irvine?
I can't speak to any particular taxpayer, whether it's 1550 or 500. But I can, and also the complexities of the code as to whether they do or don't, are or are not paying, what the statutes require. The issue on our side would be the ability to examine the taxpayers and make those determinations. And that's where we really have our highest rates of attrition. Every experienced technical revenue agent is on the higher income taxpayers. And as an example, we have 6,500 experienced frontline revenue agents. And just to give you one lane in partnership returns, we received 4.1 million returns last year. So even if I was to take all of these folks and put them in that one lane, it would leave the bigs and the super bigs of corporate and the rest. So our ability to look, I don't believe we can, give me one more moment, Porter. I don't believe we can be jeopardized for conducting examinations. We can be criticized for staying in examinations we should not be in. And that's where technology would assist us greatly in this world.
So my point is actually more about the tax gap and not collecting. We know that the super rich are legally paying lower tax rates. About just 15 taxpayers, if they were paying the same rate, would be 1.1 billion. And your point about, this is tax policy and Congress should do something about it. But tax evasion is another problem. So let's get the facts out really quickly about tax enforcement against the super rich. Since 2012, IRS has lost thousands of revenue agents, and you've had to cut back on audits, especially of the richest filers. Commissioner Rettig, compared to a decade ago, what is the percentage decline in audits of millionaire taxpayers?
We're down at least 2/3, and in some of the lanes between some of the categories, it's much more significant than that.
Excellent. You are the rare witness who got the answer correct, and I appreciate your honesty. Tax audits of millionaires declined by 66%. The super rich are taking advantage of the lack of enforcement to evade their taxes at the expense of ordinary Americans. The Treasury Department says the top 1% of taxpayers failed to pay $163 billion in taxes due in 2019. That is enough money to give every American taxpayer a tax cut of $1,000. That is real money. For a mom like me, I could get a dishwasher that actually cleans my dishes and still have money left over. It's just not right that the super rich are evading their taxes while the average American pays their fair share. I strongly support giving the IRS the resources they need. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
I thank the